Hi everyone, this is Sig Suarez and welcome to another episode of Watch Manila. Today we have an interesting episode. We're going to feature the Tudor Black Bay 54. So the Tudor Black Bay 54 is the 37mm version of Tudor's famous Black Bay line. The watch is inspired by the older Tudor Submariner models way back. If you look at it, it is very true to its roots. Before we go further, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Watch Manila, and follow us on Instagram at watch_MNL. Follow us also on other social media platforms. Now to start, let's go with the unboxing of the watch. The watch comes with a simple box. It's a black one with the Tudor logo. And when you open it, it's no frills. You're gonna see the watch. And below it, like the other watches, you will have your other documentation. So this one is the price tag during the time the watch was purchased. Then you're going to have this international guarantee card. Here you have the receipt, and next you're gonna have the guarantee booklet, everything you need to know about the guarantee for the watch. And finally, you have the user manual where you can see everything that you need to know about the watch. One interesting detail which I like is the stitching on the booklet. It's color red and it looks very Tudor. Then hidden from plain sight are the extra links. So you put it back, and now let's take a look at the watch itself. Now let's go to the quick specifications of the watch. The watch, as mentioned, is 37mm and is powered by an automatic winding movement, the MT5400, which is a chronometer. It's a COSC certified movement. The watch has a power reserve of up to 70 hours. Since this is a dive watch, it is waterproof up to 200 meters. You also have a unidirectional bezel for diving. And also this watch is fitted with the oyster type bracelet with the T-Fit clasp, the famous T-Fit clasp. So what's so special about this watch? This watch measures 37mm. It's actually perfect for smaller wrists such as mine. And it is also perfect for both ladies and men. The 37mm doesn't look too big. It looks actually just right on the wrist. Now the beauty of the 37mm is that it presents the dive watch to an entirely new demographic. So you have the usual 41mm for the Rolex, goes up to 44 and even somewhere in the 50s. Now for Tudor you have the 41, you also have the 39 as the standard for the Black Bay. But this one, it's a 37mm and it actually doesn't feel bad. Now, despite this being a dive watch, you only have a thickness of 11.2mm. And for the lug-to-lug, you have a 20mm lug-to-lug measurement. You can easily substitute the bracelet for straps in the 20mm lug-to-lug measurements. In fact, Tudor has its own rubber strap, which is also nice. One of the things which a lot of people are torn is the domed sapphire crystal. For some it is beautiful and for some not quite, because if you take a look at the sides, which I mean you don't really look at it as much on the sides, it distorts some of the things on the dial. But for me it gives that vintage look, because before we had the sapphire crystals, we had the older crystals which were generally domed. Now looking at this one and looking at the historical references, you will see that there are no crown guards similar to the other Tudor models. So this will show and this will feature a very clean look. Also notable is that there is no date for this watch, so it's just plain, clean black dial. One more feature which I really like about this watch over a standard sports Rolex model is the snowflake hour hand. The Rolex models feature usually a Mercedes hand, and for me this one has actually more character for the hour hand. The construction of this watch is solid, but of course you cannot compare it to the quality of the Rolex, that's for me. And you can actually hear some squeaky noises when you play with the bracelet, but no one really plays with the bracelet. It's just a little bothersome for me, but it's not something which makes the quality less. One thing which I will credit Tudor for is the T-Fit clasp. The T-Fit clasp has this micro adjustment here wherein you just push down and then you slide it like this. It's very smooth. Reminds me actually of the Glide Lock. And since the IWC Mark 20 has become my go-to daily watch, I can compare that micro adjustment to the IWC wherein you just press that IWC button and you slide it to your perfect desired position. When you take a look at the price of this watch and you feel the construction, for me it seems like you're getting more value than what you actually paid for. So I like that one. And one more thing which I really like about this watch is the clicking sound of the bezel. Listen to this one. Such a satisfying sound. Now if you compare this watch to an older Rolex model such as this 40mm Rolex GMT Master, you're going to see that the 40mm compared to the 37 is actually noticeable. You will see that size difference. But if you put this one beside the Rolex Datejust, the 36mm, you're going to see that at some angles, the 36mm Datejust might actually look a little larger. Another thing which I'd like to show you is the lume of the watch. Take a look. How does it wear on an everyday basis? It wears like any other steel sports watch. It's not that heavy, it's just right, and when you take a look at it, you can clearly see the time immediately. There's just not much going on in the dial, and that's actually perfect for the people who want a time-only watch. This watch will work almost perfectly with any attire. You can wear something a little more formal, you can wear something a little more casual, and this watch will go right through. You can take this to the beach, and you can take this to your travels. This watch has a lot of great characteristics and things which I really like. The 37mm size sits perfectly on my wrist, and it will sit perfectly on the wrist of a lot of other people. Now, what are the things which I don't like about this watch? There is nothing serious which I don't like about this watch. But let me tell you some of the things. For one, the design looks like every other dive watch. You have a Seiko which looks like this, the Submariner looks like this, the Blancpain looks like this, and you can go on and see that a lot of watches look like this. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're looking at a watch which is exciting, this one is not for you. The SRP of this watch as of the shooting of this video is 220,500 pesos. That's actually a great price for your first luxury sports watch, because if you take a look at 220,500, that's more than half the price of a Rolex Submariner, which is at 500,500 as of the shooting of this video. And really, what more can you ask of this watch? It is bulletproof, it will go with you and can withstand almost anything. If you take a look at the specifications of the watch, it is stainless steel as well. Rolex of course uses the 904L. This one also is powered by a COSC certified movement and also gives you a 70-hour power reserve similar to that of the Rolex. On a practicality side, if you ask me, when I wear this watch, I don't feel like it's any inferior to a Rolex. So that's the practical side of it. It feels almost the same. It is only when you look at the watch wherein you realize, of course, there's a different brand in the dial, but again, they're sister companies. And another thing which this one has an advantage over the Rolex Submariner is that this one is actually available immediately at your authorized dealer. So you just walk in as long as the watch is there. Most of the time, you will be able to buy the watch. Now for me, I think Tudor has done a great job differentiating itself from Rolex as it can now be creative in its own ways. It goes down to 37, they produce stuff in bronze, they produce stuff in different metals, you have a silver watch. So Tudor is actually in the right direction for me. And what I'd love to see from this one is for this to have more colors down the road. It would be nice to see this in blue, nice to see this in red, or maybe even that Harrods green. So it's really, really promising to have this watch at 37mm and now available to a lot more people. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and please subscribe to Watch Manila. This has been Sig Suarez and please continue to join me watch the watches.